Tinder, I've caught you. I've caught you red-handed, scamming myself and my clients, trying to convince them to sign up again to Tinder Gold through shady practices. That's right. I've just run a series of tests on Tinder and I've caught Tinder running what I think is a highly unethical scam. Want to find out more? Keep watching and we'll talk about it. So I do a bunch of videos about online dating in general, often about Tinder on YouTube. I have a whole online dating course that I sell to clients and, I have a pretty good grasp on what's going on. I very often hear guys saying, oh, online dating is a scam, Tinder's a scam, Bumble's a scam. And that is really based on false evidence. It's based on things that aren't a scam at all. It's based on them having a bad profile and blaming it on the scam system and all this other kind of stuff. But in the past, I've called Tinder out when they've done dumb stuff, and I'm going to call them out again because I've caught them doing something pretty bad. So if you've been following my channel for the last sort of month or two, you know that I'm back in an open relationship with my partner. And so I've been jumping back onto Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and Plenty of Fish and a bunch of different online websites. Just having fun, going out, going on dates, meeting women, doing all that kind of stuff. And I'm a big advocate of Tinder Gold when used in the right way. So I have to have had Tinder Gold for the last month. Towards the end of the month, I thought to myself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let my Tinder Gold elapse, and I'm going to try out the premium features in some other apps. It'll help me make some videos, help me test them out, compare them, see how powerful they are compared to Tinder, all that kind of stuff. So I let it elapse, and 2 days after I let it elapse, I had been getting, just so you know, about 3 matches a day, something like that, which isn't too bad considering I have openly written in my profile that I'm in an open relationship. And on top of that, I'm not in the biggest city in the world right now, in the Gold Coast in Sydney. So getting 2 or 3 matches a day is great. But within 2 days of letting my Tinder Gold elapse, I suddenly found that I had over 30 matches. So what was going on here? I thought, that's interesting. Maybe what Tinder's doing is they're doing something shifty. Maybe they are all of a sudden boosting my Tinder ranking and boosting it really high to get a bunch of matches again so that I'll go and buy Tinder Gold so I can see who those matches are. So I was thinking to myself, maybe that's what Tinder's done. That's a little shady, but I guess there's no harm in it, right? Getting me a bunch of extra matches, boosting me up to convince me to get Tinder Gold seems pretty fair. So I thought maybe that's what they're doing. And if they're doing that, maybe I should go and grab Tinder Gold again and snaggle all those matches and see what it's like, see how that system works. And I could do a video on it and talk about, hey, let your Tinder Gold elapse every month. Don't let it just auto renew, and then you can get a bunch of extra matches. I thought this could be a great new strategy that we could, employ. So I let it elapse. I waited about 5 days, and then I signed up for Tinder Gold again. And what did I discover? Other than discovering that my puppy likes to bark while I'm making videos, I discovered that almost every single woman that I was being matched with, that had seen my profile and matched with me, was well outside of my search radius. See, on my Tinder, I always set my search radius to about 15, 20 kilometers max. That's sort of maybe 10 to 15 miles. Because I like to have a tight radius and only match with women who are really close by. It also helps with my match rate, my ranking, and all this other kind of stuff. But I noticed that all these women who were matching with me were 70 kilometers, 80 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers away. What was going on? Because in theory, what Tinder does is it doesn't show my profile to women who are outside my search radius. So if I'm searching for women within 20 kilometers, it's not going to show women who say live 30 kilometers away from me, my profile. So it shouldn't be creating matches for me. But even then, I know that sometimes you can get a woman who's traveling, and so that they duck into my city and leave again by the time I see them. They're really far away. That happens sometimes, but certainly not 31 out of 35 times. So what's happened? Well, I thought Tinder, I think, is doing this. When you let your Tinder Gold elapse, Tinder wants you to get a bunch of matches to try to convince you to get Tinder Gold again. But it's not playing fair. It's not doing what I thought and just increasing your rank. No, it is expanding your search radius. Artificially, outside of what you've told it to do, it's expanded your search radius to, I don't know, maybe 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, I'm not sure. It's expanded it so that you can so that it can sort of match with you with more women and suddenly give you a bunch of matches you can't see until you buy Tinder Gold again. That is really shifty. And it's really shifty because it's going outside of your search parameters just to bolster your matches so that it can try to cheat you into getting Tinder Gold again. So I was getting kind of angry and I thought, well, maybe this is just unlucky. Maybe I just happened to get a swarm of like tourists come through or something. So what I did was I reached out to a bunch of my clients, past and current, and I said to them, hey guys, I've noticed this happening on my account. If your Tinder Gold is about to elapse, would you mind letting it elapse and just seeing what happens? Because this is what I've noticed. Did you get the same thing? And boy, oh boy, did they get exactly the same thing. A lot of the guys were like, oh my God, I thought it was my fault. I thought it was something I did. Are you serious, man? Let's get them. Let's go and get Tinder. Let's like hold them accountable. And that's really what I want to do right now. I'm making this video, first of all, to let you know this is going on. But also, what do you reckon I should do? I've reached out to Tinder. I've reached out to Tinder to say, this is what you're doing. I've found it. I've seen it in my clients. I've reached out to say, I want my money back for the Tinder Gold to see if they'll give a refund at least, even if they won't publicly comment on it. What are they going to say? I don't know. Is there something else that you think I should do? Let me know about it. Because, I've been using Tinder a lot. I make a lot of videos on Tinder. I get good results on Tinder. I've got clients who get great results on Tinder. But Tinder isn't the only online dating app. There's Bumble, there's Hinge, as I've mentioned before. There's Coffee Meets Bagel. I mean, there's so many cropping up all the time. Tinder can't afford to play these games with their clients because, yeah, it's the biggest, especially in Australia right now. But, yeah, it only takes a few real screw-ups to make sure that Tinder drops from the head of the pile. So I don't know what they're doing here. I do know is that I'm still getting great results. I'm still getting good results on my online dating profiles. And the thing is that just because Tinder's scamming people here, maybe you should try some of the alternative apps, but it's always possible that the city you're in now, Tinder's the only one that has a large volume of women on it. So it's something you got to keep in mind. Just because they're doing something dodgy, be aware they're doing it and don't fall into their traps. Then you can still do really well. So, I've got an online program actually where I teach guys, I mentioned it in the beginning, but where I teach guys how to create really fantastic online dating profiles for the dating apps and online dating websites. If you want to check that out, I got a free trial, which you can check out right now. I'll put a link up here. But you're going to check that trial out for free, where I'm going to show you how to get the best photos, how to create conversations, how to get women out on dates. And as you know, I'm constantly on the hunt, not just for little tricks that we can use to get a foot up, but also scams, dodgy stuff that's going on. I'm always on top of it. And I'm certainly on top of it with this video as well. So if you've had this experience, please let me know in the comments below. It's going to help bolster my case as I contact Tinder and I try to get some sort of traction with them, get some sort of comment on it. Love to hear your stories, guys. If you've found any other Tinder scams, let me know as well, because hey, why not? I'm Damien. Have a fantastic week. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos, which I'm told are pretty cool too. See you around.